Hello and welcome to my Pick Three at a Glance family and first-time viewers. Today is December the 9th, and what we have here is our daily number predictions for tomorrow, which is the 10th. And we're using the whiteboard. And as I always say, I keep saying, sounding like a broken record, we hit them again. We won again. All right, I think you can see the ticket. Not sure. Let me put a little light on it. See if. Yeah. We hit that 7-0 front pair. 7-0 front pair. Congratulations to everybody. Called me and let me know when they hit it. All righty. So what we have here with the Pick Three at a Glance system, we have 22 numbers. We do the 1-1 rundown on those 22 numbers. And we have all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations. And that allows us to work with the law of average. We follow the numbers, and as the numbers come off, we can see what numbers build a bucket list and see what numbers are best to play. And as all through the year, we build in those bucket lists, and the numbers are getting smaller and smaller. We know by the law of average what numbers are going to come out pretty much. And we do that with the front pairs and the back pairs. We do it with the single pairs and the single number positioning. And that's how we can strategize. We'll always know why we plan a number. And with the 22 columns, you always know how you missed the numbers, and you'll be able to strategize to help make us all much better players. All right, and what we have here is what I call the whiteboard. And here's the 7-0 we just hit. All right. And everything here in red we've hit. All righty. Everything in red. Working with the law of average. And I'm leaving them on the board because I used to mark them off, take them off. But I thought it would be hard for people to understand how the law of average, if I was erasing everything that hit. So I said, no, I'm new at this. So I said, let me do this a little bit different. I say, so they can see what's going on, just circle everything in red, and they'll get an idea how the law of average work. And the reason why I'm leaving them on the board is because most of these numbers are only hitting once, and there is a good possibility of them coming back. We had the 6, 7, 8 to come back twice, and we had the 1, 4, 8 to come back twice. And I want everybody to see how these numbers will rotate. And then at the end of the year, we'll see what numbers are left, and I roll them over into the next year. So I don't start off from scratch again. I used to do that and found out that was a mistake, because as I was tracking the numbers, and I realized that it takes 3 years for these 1,000 numbers to rotate out. Okay, so I said, okay. I realized that the numbers that hadn't fallen the year prior was the ones that was coming up hitting the next year. And that's when things changed for me. I was able to start hitting and catching numbers. Okay. A whole lot better than I was before I put the system together. Okay. Now what we have here is the numbers that haven't been hit yet. All right. So there's a greater likelihood for them to come out. And just like I called yesterday, the 8th, I said, well, I had a feeling that something was going to come off of this front pair because nothing had hit it in a little while. And another thing I'm looking at now, I'm looking at these doubles here and these triples. I'm thinking something going to come off of these doubles and triples next. But these numbers here that are circled are just, I brought them down here because they're the mirrors of each other. There's 233, there's 788, there's 225, and 770. They're the mirrors of each other. All right. Also, but they're up here also, but I just brought them down so you can see on the law average at this time of the year, when you got mirrors left, those are what I build my bucket list, and I start playing those mirrors because by law average, one of those mirrors would normally come out. Same way here with the straights. This 4, 5, 6 is 901. They mirror. They opposite each other. So when I hit, definitely I'm playing these because I've hit yesterday. All right. Now, and I hit the 6, 7, 8 that came in. But you hit as you go. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to wait and track down all the numbers because you'll be able to read the numbers and what they're doing, and you have a much better chance of catching those numbers when you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, and you're tracking the front pairs and the back pairs and the single pairs and the single numbers. Because you're looking at everything. That's why I say you don't really have to just depend on the tic-tac-toe, the date sums, the grids, the flips, and the different multiple rundowns they have out there, because they only showing you a partial of the picture. When you're looking at all 1,000 numbers and their different positions, you got the whole key to mastering Pick 3. Okay? For your own state. This system works for anywhere in the world where they're using 1,000 numbers. And all midday and evening numbers rotate different. Yes, the numbers cross paths, but that don't mean they rotate in the same way. Because a number falls in California don't mean it's going to run and fly down to St. Louis or run to Texas or wherever. You have to track the actual 1,000 numbers. And that's my story. I'm sticking to that because this here has been very beneficial to me. Because sometime I used to track midday and evening, but that was a little bit much. So I just track evening because I'm an evening person. But I do go back and scan through midday with this system to see if there's something that's out of sort that I might can catch. All right. Like last year, not last year, a while back, I know on midday, 5-5 front pair hadn't filled and 5-5-1 hadn't filled, or 5-5-1 back pair hadn't filled. Also, I realized that the number 5-5-1 hadn't filled all that year. So the following year, midday, I played 5-5-1 and I caught it. I didn't have no doubt that it wasn't going to come pretty much because I had been tracking the numbers. So you can do the same thing midday, evening, however you want to do it, because the system works for all 1,000 numbers anywhere on the globe. Okay, so let me get back to where I was at. So I think something's going to hit off here next. These numbers here. And like I said, these the best numbers to play. If you only play on 50-cent box in Missouri, that's $1 for a double. All right, if you play on 50-cent box, that's $1. 50 cents straight, it'd be $300 if they come just like they are on the board. Okay. If you're a beginner, just follow. Don't try to spend a lot of money. I want you to get the pattern down. And once you get that pattern down, you'll be okay. You'll know how to bet. You'll know how to bet. And like I say, there's no betting, no deal where you're going to hit these numbers the next day. You're not going to be able to predict these numbers coming the next day. Because you got 1,000 numbers in 365 days in a year. That's only a third of the 1,000 numbers. It's going to be 635 numbers you ain't going to even touch if a different number came out every day. Okay? That 365 and that 1,000 is only a third of the numbers. So you have to track, if you really want to know what's going on with the numbers, you really have to track the 1,000 actual numbers. And with my system, it's simple. It's really simple. If you just come and follow me, and I'll show you everything, and you can call me, text me, email me. But once you get this down, you won't play Pick 3 the same no more. Because there's only 1,000 numbers to track. There's only 1,000 numbers to track. Now, Pick 4 got 10,000 numbers. I ain't got no remedy for Pick 4. If you got only 30% of 1,000 numbers in a year, and you got 10,000 with Pick 4, you only got about 3% of a chance of hitting with Pick 4 out of a year. Okay, so I mean, if pick for your game and you doing good with it, I mean, stick with what works for you. This works for me, and I'm sharing it with everybody. Okay, all right. But here's the front pairs and the back pairs. This left is, include. I keep the 70. I'm gonna play it right back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got 8 back pair numbers left for the year. I mean, front pair. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left on the back for the year. And these numbers here, this 5, 7, 6, this 0, 2, 1, they mirror each other also. This is an update. All right. This 2, 2, 4, this 2, 8, 8, this 2, 2, 2, 4 back. I match them up. That's how I do. You'll start doing the same thing when you see how your numbers start rotating, the actual numbers. You'll know how to match the front pairs with the back pairs. Like this 2, 8, 8, this 2, 8, 8. My number to play is 2, 8, 8. I match the front that never fail, and I match the back that never fail. And the likelihood of that number coming out is good, especially if that number didn't play all year. For the year, when you track it and you see that these 2, 8, 8 hadn't failed all year, but if it's not up here on these doubles, it's failed this year already. All right? That's how you get them. You're able to track front pairs, back pairs, easy at a glance. Then here is where these numbers here, I was telling everybody that's new, if they just want to put 50 cents on 3 numbers or so, put 50 cents on these, box them, and when you hit, you can go back up here and pull some of the numbers that ain't came yet. Once you learn on your own state and the numbers as you get to the end of the year. This is like the way I look at November, December, and January are my money months. They my hard hitting months. I hit all through the year, but my most money is made in November, December, and January. Because this is, like, how you got a pot, something you got in the pot and you cook it and it gets down to the bottom where the good stuff at. That's what this is, really. It's easier to pick from the good stuff with everything that ain't ever down to the bottom of it. It's good at the bottom. And that's what this is. It's just good at the bottom. Because once you start strategizing and seeing how the numbers is left and how they hit, then you can almost guess where they're going to hit at, strike at again. And if you don't know why you're playing a number, don't play it. And I know why I'm playing all these, because I know they ain't came yet. Okay, all this same way I hit the 7-0, same way we hit the 5-7-1 yesterday, because it hadn't came. I mean, this is not brain science. It's only 1,000 numbers. We can track them. We can do them a lot better than we can do all the rest of them other numbers. And then if you don't know why you're playing a number, don't play it. All right. This 160, this 076, this 574. Hadn't came out like this in 15 years. So I put them on my bucket list to play. And the way I found that out is in 2021, while I was tracking my straights, I realized that these numbers on evening hadn't came out in a 6-way combination at all. They didn't show up at all that year. So I went back to see the best way to play these numbers and found out that the 160, the 076, and the 574 hadn't failed in 15 years on my data. So quite naturally, and they circled in red because I've hit them. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna be hitting all through the year, and you always know where to get you them. And I hit them. For a decent amount. This 457 just fell, and it came like that as 457. Now, with my tracking, front pairs and back pairs, this 5-7 front pair right here, the last time it fell was January of this year. It came 576. It came twice in January. That's 576. And quite naturally, I'm keeping my eyes on pairs, and especially a pair with my number in it. So, and quite naturally, I'm playing front pair on 5-7. All right. And here it is, that 576. And the mirror, didn't fall either since January. This number and its mirror has not failed. So that's how I do that. End of the year, I find out what numbers and mirrors hadn't failed. And it's just odd that I can memorize that this didn't fall in January, so I can count real easy how many months that been and keep track of it. Because my 574, I'm paying a little heavy on it for sure. Because that 57 ain't hit on the front. And I'm looking, and then, matter of fact, I know that the likely chance of it coming out is great. Because the 5 and the 7 ain't fell on the front end yet. Now listen, let me tell you something here now, y'all. All these numbers, when they do show up for the whole year, like this, say this 24, if you do 0, 24, 124, 224, 324, all the way down to 9, 224, if you run it like that, out of chance for the whole year, only 3 or 4 of those numbers going to hit straight like that. And in any of these back pairs or front pairs, any one, you're only going to get 3 chances to hit them, maybe 4. Because you're only getting a third of the 1,000 numbers. With the 10 numbers, 3 is a third of the 10 pretty much. That's how you have to think about it. There's no big magic number going to tell you how many times what number to play each day that you're going to guess what's coming each day. No rhythm, no nothing. Other than tracking the actual 1,000 numbers and seeing what they're actually doing on pick 3. That's where I put all my energy at. Pick 3. And if you got something that's working for you, I'd like to hear it. But I haven't seen nobody calling numbers on YouTube and hitting like I'm hitting in Missouri. I ain't trying to be braggadocious. I'm just putting facts out, y'all. To help us all be better players and help us make that money, y'all. Look, I'm retired. I'm 70. I'm good. I'm just sharing what I got, the knowledge I got to everybody. Okay? Just follow me. Ask me any questions. Get this, y'all. You're going to see how easy it is. I'm telling you. All right? Get me where I can explain, or you can send me some of your work that you're doing, and I can say, okay, this might be the number that's coming out for you, or, explain more where you'll know for yourself what the numbers are. Because I'm getting people, I think they so used to people just dashing them and giving them numbers for their state and accepting it. I'm not giving no numbers to all these different states. I'm not gonna put myself through that when I'm giving you a system. And if you want to work it, the proof is in the pudding. If you don't, I guess there's other systems out there you want to win. It's fine with me. Fine with me. But I'm just giving it. All right? All it's gonna take you is a little time. If you're an everyday player like me and you want to do something different with pick 3. And I'm giving proof that I'm winning. I don't know no other way to show you guys. I'm giving proof, and I ain't gonna run, I ain't gonna hide, because this system I'm showing you guys, I can explain it in 30 minutes. And ladies, I can explain it in 30 minutes to anybody. I ain't gonna run, I ain't gonna hide, because I don't have to. It's a simple system. It's just too simple to explain to everybody. Any number of those 1,000 numbers with my system, I can tell you how it works. Any of them. Pick 4, I ain't gonna even think about that one. I ain't gonna bust my brain. I'm from the KISS effect. Keep it super simple. Keep it super simple. That's me. The simpler the better for me. I work smart and I don't work hard. All right, family. I think I covered everything. This 1166, look at those two, but not right now. They could come because they mirror each other. When I see pairs like doubles that haven't failed, and I see in a month or so, I look for either 1-1 something to fall with that, or 0-1-1, 1-1-1, 2-1-1, or the same with the 6-6-6, 6-0, 6-6-1. I'd run it down like that. But right now, most of your focus, I think, to me, should be right here. Right here. Something going to fall off one of them doubles soon. Before the year's out. Okay? I think I covered it, family. Let me get off my bicycle because I'm hoping every individual track their own pick 3 numbers. I know I'm probably going to be stepping on a lot of toes with this system. But I don't know no other way to get it out there. A lot of those books and all kind of folk probably looking upside my head right now when I'm telling these folks to track their own numbers and gave them a sheet with they can do 22 numbers and do the 1-1 rundown, and they got all 1,000 numbers at a glance. That's a powerful system now. You never have to guess a number because you're going to be able to see all the numbers falling off the columns. And just follow your columns. All right, family. Play them till they come. Make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless.